Welcome back to Her Standards. This is the show where we set extremely high standards for women. And the woman who is setting standards for us today is none other than Dr. Masitsa. She is the queen of weddings here in Kenya and I think even in Africa. We are very excited to have her on the show today because we are talking much more than weddings. We are looking at how women can succeed in businesses. And just before we took the break, we were hinting that we would talk about some of the most talked about wedding here in Kenya. So Catherine, where do we start? Do we start from the least expensive or the most expensive?
Well, we can start anywhere.
We can start anywhere.
But I think we can start with the least expensive.
Least expensive. So we had this couple, yes, must have been many years back. They held a wedding worth 100 shillings. Forget about what happened thereafter because I know many companies rallied behind them and they had the wedding of their dreams and they had so much more. They had a business set up for them and the rest is history. Is it possible to hold a wedding that is worth 100 shillings? And what are some of the least expensive weddings that you have planned?
Okay. Yeah, it is possible. First of all, a wedding of 100 shillings. I think that was like a branding, trending thing, yeah?
Yes.
Because people actually came on board to help them. So what I want for people to know, first of all, the generations are changing, yeah? The younger people are no longer seeing the need of this whole fanfare and all that, yeah? You're thinking between this money, can I use it for mortgage? Or should I actually
splurge it on
yes,
expensive wedding.
So weddings are getting smaller. The numbers are getting smaller. And let me tell you, yes, if you just go to the Attorney General's office, you will just sign. You can have a wedding in your church, in your home.
At home.
Yes. And you don't need many people. Yeah? And so, yes, it's possible. So if Corona has taught us anything, and even the 100 shilling wedding is that you can do it. There's a lot of social pressure on young people. You want a photo to post on social media, you want all that. And now, even later on we'll talk about the new product that I've just launched, targeting exactly this kind of people. It is possible.
It's possible.
It is
also possible to hold a wedding worth 100 million.
The sky is the limit. The sky is actually the limit. You can even have now I don't know if you can go on the moon.
Oh, really?
You can speak to, what is this guy? Elon Musk.
Yes.
Even Richard Branson.
Yes.
He's about to. You can go and have the wedding on the moon.
And it's okay.
I know it's okay if you have the money. The sky is just the limit.
Even though people say that some of these expensive weddings, they end up in divorce courts. Your thoughts?
True and false. That is a stereotype that the more expensive the wedding, the more you end up in the courts. Even though I must say that when people choose to get married and there is absolutely sometimes no money, or sometimes there is money but we have just chosen to use our money on other things, it speaks volumes about that couple. Yeah, it means I've chosen to get married to you. It's not about the money. So the money will not change us. But even though money can change people, people get changed. Yeah? You've never handled, say, even $1 million bob in your life. And then suddenly you're a different person. Even recruiting agencies will tell you, if the job description says the salary is, say, 4 million, and you've never earned 400,000, you will not get that job, however good you are, because they don't know who you will be with a 4 million salary and you've just been earning 400. Wow. Because you get changed and people change. So I can say that. But also, some of the expensive weddings, a lot of them last, and I've seen many that last. But also, it is that sometimes people are so focused on, look at how much money we can spend, that you don't focus on the person, and on the real thing, you're on the relationship, you're not seeing past the money. And now when the rubber hits the road, you realize, I am stuck. Yeah. I'm having suicidal thoughts. And You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
And then people divorce because you did not look at
the bigger picture or the life past the wedding day.
Yeah, you are not
the
looking
money.
at that.
Yeah.
So it's true and false.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you didn't want me to ask you this because you said anybody who wants to know it, they can go to Google. Well, that doesn't stop you. But Samantha's Bridal, I would expect to see your business to be named after Catherine's Bridal. Okay? Someone who's never heard about Samantha's Bridal, why did you choose the name Samantha? Okay, it's a nice name.
Okay, at the time when I started Samantha's Bridal, the thing is that I was working somewhere else, and I didn't want to use my name per se, but I also did not. I've worked so hard for my business to delink myself from the business. Even though I'm the face of the business, my business must run without me. It must be able, I must go on holiday. I must be able to do my own things. The business must not depend on Samantha. So where did the name Samantha come from?
Yes.
It was from a soap opera.
Oh.
It used to be called No One But You.
Oh, really?
I didn't know you watched No One But You.
Did.
I thought you must have been a baby.
I was not so young. I remember No One But You.
So Samantha was the mother
I
of
remember
that
Samantha.
guy. The guy everybody liked. The one who was married, yes. And there were two brothers and there was one girl. There were two brothers who were quarreling about the girl. So Samantha was the mother-in-law.
Wow.
So it just sounded nice.
It does sound nice.
And even when we stood on a street corner, we did the cover of the magazine. We stood on a street corner and we were asking, yeah? I remember it was Koinange Street, and we were asking, which one sounds better? Which one sounds better? Because a lot of people, my other name is Coletta.
Oh.
Coletta is my name.
Coletta is so
And then my company was called Colette Philip Limited. And a lot of people, some people told me, why don't you call it Colette? Yeah? But it just didn't. Everybody, 90% of the research we did, everybody wanted that name. And it's a name that has just resonated so well. It has worked for us. But Samantha, in real sense, it's a name of a woman, because women take the forefront when it comes to planning a wedding. So Samantha can be who you want her to be. She can be your wedding planner. She can be your mother-in-law. If you need advice, she can be your sister, your friend. And Samantha has grown now.
I know.
Now we can do a whole beauty regime through our spas. We can give you products. We have wine ranges. Yeah, we have a venue now, which I'm going to talk about later. We have many things under that.
Talking of growth, Catherine, I know since the days of Samantha, a lot has happened. You have evolved. You have launched new products. Probably you can just tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so what we realized that in terms of the brand has really grown. And by the way, for anybody watching, the name Samantha is trademarked. It's a trademark, yeah, under all the sections, yeah. And so we have expanded into spas. We do have a beauty range that we have. We have now a venue. Hopefully we can go there. And this is particularly targeting much smaller weddings that less than 30 people. And we do productions in the place, but more it's a venue targeting that, offering the services. We have a school where we teach what we've realized is this, and the future is the creative. Robots can do almost everything.
That's true.
Yeah. So the future is in the services that you can offer, and some services can even be done by robots. So many people are getting into that service area, and they just need to learn. So that's we do have a school.
It's like a one-stop shop.
It is
everything.
It's a one-stop shop. Yes. The others, I said, we are in real estate, but now one of the new things we are actually doing under our range, we have products for home products, yeah. And one of the areas we haven't started yet, but we are starting very soon, is to help young people find homes.
Interesting. You know,
Yes.
on this show, Catherine, what we do is we are giving women visibility, space.
Okay, so
And-
I should not be ashamed
No.
to actually
No.
you know how many houses are like, no, you didn't come to market yourself.
No.
So
You
we do
must
have a
learn to
marketplace.
blow your own trumpet, yes.
We actually do have a marketplace where you can go. It's like almost like a supermarket, you know. You go, you can list your product, you sell on our platform, and you get your cut, we get our cut. But because we have these, over the years, we've built a really loyal following, a very, very loyal following. Like I mentioned to you earlier, Samantha has grown.
Yeah.
Our women have grown. I meet women in the supermarkets. Look at your daughter. She's 18 years old now.
You need to have
Because the brand is 18 years
You
old.
need to have a Samantha, sort of like a reunion where people bring, you know, the children, the grandchildren.
Yes,
everybody.
anniversary reunion.
Very nice.
Yes, so we've grown in that way, and therefore that's why we decided to expand the brand in that direction. So there's many things that we are doing under the brand. Yes.
How do we discover you? How do we discover Samantha Bridal? How do we discover the new businesses that have come out?
Find us online.
Face the camera,
Yeah?
and say something.
At Samantha's Bridal on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. We will entertain you, we will give you products, and we will pamper you.
There you had it. Before I let you go, I normally don't like coming to the end of my conversations because it's just wisdom. My panelists always just, they have wisdom, you know, oozing.
Yes.
So now, when you were younger,
Yes.
I'm sure you had dreams and you had ambitions, and some of them have come true, others haven't.
Yes.
Assume you're seated across from a 20-year-old Dr. Catherine Masitsa. What would you tell her?
Yeah, that one I even
Address
prepared
her.
notes.
Face the camera and address her.
Okay.
You wrote a letter for her?
Well,
Okay.
I did put down some notes because it's just so that I do not forget anything, because there's a lot. There is actually a lot that I would like to tell my younger self. So the first thing is that had I known what I know now, yeah, number one, I would take things really easy because the future is going to be great. Just trust in the future. You just do your part. The future is going to be great because sometimes we struggle with everything must just be right. We are scared of the future. We are stressing about everything. Do your part. Life is always very, very fair. Yeah, in that way. Yeah. The other thing I have learned is learn to sell and tell a good story. Just learn how to tell a good story. Because we are all salespeople. You know the way younger people don't want to learn how to sell? Selling is all we do. Your success depends on how well you will sell, how well you will tell that story. Really, really important. Oh God. Pick your battles. Pick your battles. You don't have to be right all the time. Pick your battles. Yeah? That I have had to learn in the hard way. Number 2. No, I don't know what number it is. But do not obsessively watch news. And this is really important. I know.
Yeah, I'm looking at you. I'm
Don't
giving you
look
the
me
eye.
up, but don't be obsessed with watching news and following. The thing is, for example, watching news now, it is full of doom and gloom about business. And let me tell you, I am meeting people every day. People who are doing great things. And I do not remember in this country when business in fact, when they are projecting that business is good now, there is no time. I am telling you, there is no time when I've had it's a boom. No, it's always very negative. So if you listen to if it's important enough, you will know it, yeah? Just follow your instincts. Because, last night I woke up, and sometimes I wake up and I'm checking news.
Yeah.
And then I saw somebody had written, I don't know which new city that is coming up, and it was sold 90%. Yeah. And you're busy following news telling you how business is doing bad. Yeah. Wait. The other thing I want to say is travel. My goodness, travel. Okay. It expands your horizon. It expands your mind. It expands your perspective. And especially if you're in the creative world, you get to know more things. The other one is, hey, be fair. You just don't know whether they are employees, especially employees. Be fair with anyone you meet, because you don't know when you will meet them. Me, I've had people who worked for me, and every time I'm sitting across them, they're the ones making decisions. Imagine, after 18 years, people have moved on. Sometimes I have to call them. There are those ones I can't call because, we didn't quite part really well. And then there are the ones I will call and I will know they will root for me. They are the ones I have had to go and apologize. Not just even employees, even people you've done business with. And people do not forget. People actually don't forget. People remember
the finer details.
They remember everything.
Yes.
Which one? Make your decision. There is such a thing as indecision. And with the time, as you get older, you realize that because of the mistakes you've made, you want to weigh this, you want to weigh that. When I was younger, I just took my risks, and whatever will be. And there was such a thing, there was a sense of urgency. Yeah? Don't think you will always have that sense of urgency. That's why you find people who seem to be getting older, you find that you're so slow. Oh my goodness, you're so slow. It's because we are taking our time to make decisions. Yeah? But what I want to say is that there is such a thing as indecision, and it's very expensive. Make your decision. At least you've made the decision, and at least you've learned something. Whether you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you learn something. But make a decision. There's so many things I'd like to tell myself, but because of time, I think I will end there.
The 20-year-old Samantha may as well be you seated at home listening.
One more last thing.
There's one more. Okay.
Show up. Oh my God. Show up. No matter how you're feeling, just show up. You may wake up and you're feeling crappy, and you just show up. Show up. Make that phone call. Today you may actually be dealing with a client, especially for the people who are in sales, because all of us are doing nothing but selling. Yeah. Today you call a client, they may turn you down, and most of us do not have time to go back. Not even time. We are scared. We feel rejected. Just show up. Whether you're calling or you're going for that event, just show up. And that person may have changed their mind. They may have expanded. They may have a new need for something. Just show up. If you don't show up, it's like, there's this old Jewish, my husband is sort of Jewish, so I know a lot of Jewish jokes. There's this guy praying, God, please help me win the lottery. Help me win the lottery. Help me win the lottery. Then he hears a big voice of God saying, my daughter, please buy the lottery ticket first. Buy the lottery ticket if you want to win the lottery. Don't just pray, let me win the lottery. Buy the ticket. It means show up.
Show up. And that is Dr. Masitsa talking to her younger self. Just like I was saying, it could be you seated at home and listening and wondering, how do I move from point A to point B? Be decisive. I hope I can remember all of them. Show up. Make a decision.
Pick your
battles. Be fair, because you never know when you will meet the people you mistreated in life, and there is so much more. Catherine, we are not going to end this conversation without talking about your signature look.
Oh.
No.
You mean?
There you go.
I am not my hair.
As she has said, she is not her hair, which is a very powerful statement. Catherine, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have a wonderful place. Thank you for hosting us. Thank you for your wisdom. Do you have anything to tell the people who are watching us from home as we wind up?
Life is for the living. So live life. Don't stress about too many. Don't overthink life. Just live life.
Well, there you have it. This has been Her Standards, our special segment on women you should know. And I believe by now you fully understand why Dr. Masitsa fits in that bill of a woman you should know. From us here at KTN Home, we just want to say thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that you got inspired. Till next time, bye for now.
Woman of the Week, Professor Patricia Kamerimbote. Professor Patricia Kamerimbote is a founding research director of IELRC and the program director for Africa. Professor Mbote is among 10 candidates shortlisted for the position of Chief Justice. Professor Mbote is also among 3 women shortlisted for the position. She has practiced law for over 30 years, having studied law at the University of Nairobi, the University of Warwick, the University of Zimbabwe, and Stanford Law School, where she earned her doctorate. She has published widely in the areas of international law, environmental law, women's rights, and property rights. Her research interests include public international law, environmental and natural resources law and policy, human rights, women's rights, intellectual property rights, biotechnology policy, and law and economic law. Harvard Law School International Women's Day in 2019 recognized her as one of the honorees who is inspiring change globally. Contributions made by Professor Kameri to law and the legal profession is in the field of legal academia by becoming the first female professor in law in Kenya and the first woman dean of the School of Law, University of Nairobi.